Welcome to xero.style. I am your host, Xero, the cyberspace hero. And I say that for a reason at the beginning of all my videos. I am a computer programmer by trade. I have a degree in computer science with a specialty in software application programming. Yeah, I'm a sap. Anyhow, I'm currently the director of security at my company, but I still write a ton of code every day. I think it's really important that you have good tools to get the job done. And for me, at my job professionally, my number one tool is a keyboard. So, in this episode, we will be building this keyboard right here. A total custom Alice/AJAZZ style wireless split mechanical keyboard with a sweet neon Genesis Evangelion theme to it. This has Neapolitan ice cream switches in them, which are a tactile Franken switch clone. They're just, it sounds like raindrops to me. Anyways, so let's get to it. Let's build a keyboard, alright? So we'll be Frankensteining two boards together. First is the AJAZZ versus Mamba Snake. This is the wired black one. And then we've got the AJAZZ X... Wait, what? Code X to the xth power? What is this thing? Oh, right, it's a keyboard. Right. So when you unbox it, it's actually more like this. These pieces are not loose, but I have to remember them. Everything comes in a little Mylar bag. You get a booklet that tells you just a little bit about some of the default key mappings. A box filled with keycaps. And a box filled with switches. These are their sea salt linear switches. They're a box switch. Bag, it's a protective foam, and two junk pullers in here. Alright, so let's take a look at the board. This is actually the wired edition, even though we've got the top shell of the wireless one on it right now. You can see our little volume knob here from the side. Very shallow D-cut style. Here's the knob. It's a two-piece design. You can replace this if you can find one that's the right size. They sort of just press fit right on here. Pop straight back off, normally in two pieces. Alright, let's get to business. Whip out the sponger right here. We're going to take this baby apart and take a look inside. Now, this part is completely optional. You do not have to do this to just build this board yourself. I'm doing this A, to show you how it works, and B, because I'm a weird hacker and want to take things apart. So what I'm doing here is I'm just working around all these edges trying to find the little clips. You don't always want to go directly on the clip. Sometimes you want to go right beside it. Just a little bit of pressure until it pops. Don't try and separate the case yourself. Go through everyone with your sponger and find each of those clips until the whole top part of the case pops off on its own naturally. And as such, we're going to raise it right off. Now beware this little ribbon cable, one or two of them depending on which edition that you have, attached to this little daughter board on the top part of the shell. I absolutely loathe removing ribbon cables of this size, so I'm just going to unscrew this little board right here to take it off to show you what's inside here. Yeah, remember when I said that those pullers were junk? I guess they do work okay as holding screws, I suppose. Alright, so here's a look at the shell. Pretty standard stuff. Pretty thin, but looks good. Nice and thin, minimal on your hand. Here's the bottom part of the shell. You can see right here, there's two adjustable feet. And there's a really annoying spot right here that does not have a hole. We'll come back to that when we look at the other version of this board. Inside we've got a little bit of foam padding, and then this very nice PVC sound treatment in here. It on its own sounds cool. Definitely think it adds to this board. It's the bottom of the case. We can see where the battery is mounted. And then right here, this is the inside of the thing that makes me so mad. You'll notice there's no hole there and there's no magnet. Right here's where the power cable would be wired on the powered version of this. It attaches right here to the back of the board. Here we can see all of our Kale hot swap sockets, as well as all of the south-facing RGB LEDs. Here are our stabs. Pretty standard, but they work very nicely, so I have no complaints about them. Taking a look here at the side of the board, we can see our potentiometer, and that there's a little bit of foam right here between each of the layers. Pull this off, we can see that this is also a gasket mounted board. A little bit of PVC right here on the edge, isolating the board and the plate from everywhere they touch the case. These two LED diffuser things here actually sit underneath the board. Snap into place like that. Alright, we're going to reinstall the little daughter board to the front part of the plastic case here. A little bit of righty-tighty with my Journey Tool Company bit driver. Don't over-tighten this and crack the plastic. Just trust me, I've done it on other projects. When we return the top case, make sure you pop that little ribbon cable out of the way. And just go around each of the edges here and try and get those clips lined up. You don't got to snap them all into place on the top. Once you got them lined up, then just go around the edge and snap them the rest of the way in. I saw a lot of people complaining in other videos about the amount of flexion that this board has, but I mean, it's plastic and it has a plexi plate, so what do you expect? I think that it's very nice. The sound is great. The weight is great. I have no complaints. So here's the other version of the board. Underneath here, behind the feet, we can see where the 2.5 gigahertz wireless USB-A port goes. Why they didn't put the little cut in the black one so I could just use the bottom shell, I don't know. I had to cut right here out of the black one. I don't want to discuss that dremeling action, but I got the switches in there and they work. And I was really excited to build this board right away, so I started to, and I realized that I didn't have enough of the switches, so the build is kind of half and half right now. So we're going to make this thing proper. This is how RAMA works metal keycap, and you'll note that sometimes your switches pop off the keys when you pull too hard, so just be careful. Alright, so I'm going to grab my old box of GMK Night Runner so I can put these caps away as I rebuild this board. So if you've never seen a GMK switch and keycap up close, take a look. There's a little plus sign and then a negative side on the keycap itself. Here's our Neapolitan switch. You'll notice that there are 2 wires that attach to the bottom and then 3 pegs on this switch. Some of them have 1, some of them have 2, some of them have 3. They're all a little bit different. Just make sure your board supports the kind of switches you want. 3 is pretty standard though. Alright, so now that we've got all the caps off, we have some more switches that didn't want to just come right out. So we're going to have to use a switch puller. Grab right here along the edges of the housing and then just pull up vertical with a little bit of force and they pop right off. I got a new order from Swag Keys to get the rest of my Neapolitans to fill out this board. And we're going to slap the rest of these switches right in here. Like so. The suspense. Here is our delicious bowl of Neapolitan ice cream. Alright, so I got a set from RG Keycap, who I've never heard of. The best keycap for you. Yeah, I got these on Amazon. I picked this set because of the font on the legends. Look at this. Look at the serifs on this. It's like a Times font. It really matches Neon Genesis so much better than that plain GMK sans serif font that almost every keycap set comes with. Plus, this has a bunch of extra fun novelties, and pretty much all of the modifier keys are in Japanese, so I think it looks pretty cool. So let's put these keycaps on. Pretty much you just push them down and make sure that they're pushed all the way in, and that's pretty much all there is to pushing keycaps in. But there's one problem. So I've actually got a right shift from another keycap set that's black we're going to use as a temporary spacebar. What about this other key here? Got a little black box from my dude Ritual Master in here. Check out this sweet new slap. This is a watcher from his new Studio Gebji series. This is the Soot Watcher. Look at those silly, derpy little eyes. Best booties in the game. Alright, so let's check out the stabs here, make sure everything looks good. Yeah, this feels great. Yeah, these feel awesome. Alright, let's do some real tight here. Hello friends, back again. It's been a few weeks. I've really been enjoying this board, but there are some little things aesthetically that bother me. More than anything else, I absolutely hate these arrow keys. I feel like these kind of are too matchy-matchy with all these slashy lines, and of course the non-matching spacebar, kind of boring looking volume knob. Of course, being the guy that I am, I got another Evangelion keycap set, because of course I did. So yeah, let's fix/finish this board and make this thing proper, shall we? First and foremost, pretty much the whole reason that I bought this, well, first of all, a little dirty. I work outside a lot, so it's good to have a brush like this. Keep your keyboard clean. Make sure your switches are good. I bought this for the split spacebar in green. I think that it matches those legends nice. I like mine upside down. Sue me. I think it feels more comfortable this way. Oh, it looks so much better already. Alright, so one of the things that I was thinking about before I do anything with the new stuff is I want to pull these out. I know that escape or caps lock from Normies is the same size as my split right shift. So I'm going to keep this AT field because I love that. Leave that there. We're going to ditch this enter key. Tap for your stabs. Backspace. Backslash. You'll notice my watcher, I traded that guy. A friend was actually almost complete on that Studio Gebji set, so I gave him the last one to hook him up and make it official for him. He's got the whole set now. Always ready to help somebody on a grail quest like that. My escape key. Okay, this caps lock is for jumps. Alright, I really wanted this keycap set also for this sweet Evangelion logo enter key. Yes, awesome. Alright, I think this, yep, perfect. Nah, it's not the right legend, but that's okay. Gonna grab backspace over here. And then we've got this angel attack here. Got to get rid of these nasty, nasty arrow keys. I know I am a Vimmer, HJKL is life, but I have to use the arrow keys in the regular operating system for lots of stuff. Alright, let's hope these oranges match. Oh yeah, that looks good. There we go, looking good. You ever seen one of these little boxes? I got an axolotl here. Thank you too, buddy. Because we got ourselves a bongocat. This little guy is called Cypher. And he screams, "Get in the fucking robot, Shinji." He's gonna live right here. Alright, let's clean up our mess real quick. Not done yet. I don't love this knob, and finding a replacement knob was not easy. I found this random green one on Amazon, but it was too shallow and didn't fit. Then I found out that the Grail keycap maker, RAMA Works, actually made a knob with the X logo on it. So, Grail quests continue, and here we are. So, I'm gonna pop this guy off here. And see, our split pole D shape here is really shallow. And sadly, stock, this does not fit and attach onto here. But I got this little 3D printed extender for potentiometers or variable resistors. It was a little big, so I cut off the top and sanded down the bottom a little bit. But they link right here like this. Yes, it even comes with a RAMA branded screwdriver Allen wrench type key here. Here's the knob, the sweet X. See the interior anode on there. Alright, so the way that this works is we insert this like so. And I have the screw semi-inserted already, so I could use it as a guide. And then we line this up and tighten it down. Trying to bite it into that plastic if we can. There we go. Nice and tight. Then we line up our D-pole here. And that is our custom volume knob. Okay, for real this time. This is my custom Neon Genesis Evangelion themed keyboard. We've got a Hello Caps bongo, a RAMA Works artisan knob, 2 different ABS keycap sets, and a sweet Arisu Alice style split layout. I've combined the wireless and the wired shells into one, and I am ready to get in the terminal, Shinji. Sure, this thing is wireless, but you gotta charge it sometimes, right? So I got myself a sweet USB-C cable. You can see the metal adapters right here have been, I'm not sure if this is anodized or Cherokeed or Cherokoded or whatever, but they are coated lime green, and it matches these very high shiny visibility coiled cable here in the middle. So you're often going to find these things called Chubby cables, but the brand that actually makes them is called GentStride. They are really high quality cables for as fancy looking as they are. I have tested this with high powered, high charge USB-C adapters and batteries, and I've had no issues at all. I love this little Anchor power battery right here. Slides up on the back. It's got 2 USB-Cs and an A. One of these is IQ, and then the other one is, so it'll just dump its max wattage right into whatever device. It gets a little hot sometimes when you're charging stuff, but man, this thing charges things so fast. Talked about it before, but this is my evatronic battery pack. I got some new slaps on here. 2 ports, A and C, power indicator on here. This cable works amazing. This cable works great for fast charging stuff as well as data transfers. I hook this thing up to my iPad all of the time and use it for the wired mode of this keyboard. So yeah, it's just a great all-around cable that just looks amazing with this whole setup. The colors match perfectly, the backlighting looks great. I think that I've been working on this new NeoVim theme. That's the last file I edited. I've been working on this new NeoVim theme that sort of matches that Evangelion style, so I think that we're definitely coming along with that. And I think that this whole setup with my computer, the cable, the keyboard is very, very brought together now. Alright, so I built the other board with the sea salt linear switches that came with it and the stock keycaps just because why not? So I got the wired board here as well. Quick little comparison between the two, just so we can see a little bit of day-night action. I forgot to mention they each come with their own USB cable sets, matching colors of course. They're A to C cables. Gross. This is a USB-C board. You can tell that they also have a big ugly splice in them. I don't know what's up with that. So let's check out this per key RGB LED action here. Gonna sync it up, and we're in this normal breathe mode here. So we can adjust the color hue. There's a bunch of different just main colors and then some rainbow action in here as well. You can also adjust the animation that it's going to play. Some of them are based on the color that you chose. Some of them are just a static animation. Some of them are haptic and respond to what you're typing. These three right here are haptic ones. I kind of like this one, to be honest with you, the row. But it's a little too busy for me. There's a rainbow. Another one. And then here's our sine wave. It's a great way to show off that you can adjust the speed of the animation as well too. You can also adjust the brightness and saturation of these colors till there is no brightness at all. You can also adjust these side LEDs here. They have a few different animation styles, like a rainbow, a breathe mode, and then a static on. You can adjust the sort of brightness, which is how white or how solid color they are, and then just step through each of the different hues that they have. Alright, let's turn this all green back into the breathe mode that I enjoy. One more quick typing test. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed building a keyboard with me this week. If you did, give me a like. It's the free social currency here on YouTube. Comment down below what your favorite part of this video was, or something that you didn't like that you wish I would have done differently, so I can make these videos better. Thank you so much to all of my subs, supporters, people who watch these videos. I appreciate you so much. You give me the drive to make the next one. Alright, well, I gotta get in the robot and get back to work. See ya. Oh man, I was typing in Vim when I was talking to you.